Welcome to TAL, everybody. It's been a while since you've seen me. I know I've been scarce, huh? Good things are scarce. Today I'm going to show you how it actually goes down when you are on live radio. So for Ramadan, our fasting month, I've been asked to do a little segment every Tuesday and Friday on CII Radio, which is a huge Islamic broadcasting station, and they wanted to try something different. They wanted to try cars, so they said, Mu'azzam, we need you to talk about the cars 2 times a week, please, brother. They're not Arab, I'm just, yeah. So, if you've never seen, there wasn't a glitch, my throat glitched there. If you've never seen or you don't know how it goes down on live radio, hundreds of kilometers away there in a station in Lenasia or Johannesburg or wherever, and I'm in my hometown 200 k's away, this is how it's gonna look. I'm gonna show you exactly how it goes down and how I basically can be on live radio so far away. And I'm just going to talk about cars a little bit. Today I picked up 2 topics. I'm just going to briefly discuss tuning cars, good things and bad things, and the Nissan GTR 50, that special anniversary crazy edition thing. Just briefly discussing these things because of course it's live. I don't have too much of time. I have just a few minutes to squeeze things in. So without further ado, let me wait for their call. So the time is currently 4:05 in the afternoon. With live radio, of course, you can't give an exact time on when you're going to be on because everything's live, So they usually call me between 1/4 and 1/2 around there. So I just open the, I don't know if you can see that, the tab on my phone with the live streaming audio. You basically click it and then it should start playing. So basically you're listening to the radio, you hear what they say, and when they announce you're going to come up, then I have my house phone here because signals are quite bad on the cell phone, so I just wait for them to call me. Once they call me, I have my notes on my phone, and that's how I do it. So I guess let's just wait until they call me, and for now let's listen. Okay, they just called me. Now I'm just waiting for him to start speaking, pretty much asking me questions, and I'll answer.
From Bethal. Muazzam is on the line once again. Muazzam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Live Wire.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks for having me for the last time.
Now let's not get emotional here, right? But it's al-wida, bro. So on the agenda this afternoon, we're speaking about tuning cars, the advantages, the disadvantages of doing it. So how does tuning actually affect the car?
So tuning basically is when you take the car in its normal factory setting and you modify the software in it, be it with a chip or a remap of the physical software. It affects the car in many ways. You can obviously tune how exactly you want it to affect the car. Some good things you can do, it can affect the car. You can get more power out of the car, so higher power, higher top speeds, and you can even manipulate it so that you can get better consumption out of the car. So of course by doing all of this, you are taking the engine's limits that the factory has prescribed for them and you're simply lifting them up. So that's basically what tuning is in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. But there's a factor where all different factors are considered in the time of the production of the car, the weight and a relationship between the weight of the car to that of the performance of the engine, and all of these things are considered when the car is being produced. Now if you increase the performance of the vehicle and the weight, the design, the aerodynamics of the vehicle has not been made suitable for that type of power and that type of performance, the concern that would set in, is it dangerous for you to be using a car which is beyond its capacity? And the second is it dangerous for the long term of that particular car's existence?
Well, it's quite debatable. Obviously, when you are manipulating something, there's always an element of risk you are taking. So you can't say, for example, I'm going to eat 5 slices of bread today instead of 2 and I'm expecting to gain no weight. So it's kind of like that. So in the long term, there are situations where if the software is done on your vehicle, if it's tuned in a way which is not very good 100%, it can have negative effects on your car. But nowadays the way manufacturers actually make their cars to make it easier for themselves, they build a car with tolerances that are capped. So that basically means that they build a car with a certain amount of power. It can take a lot more power, but they make it less, so that when they have to bring out a faster model or a higher performance model, they don't have to do much work, just simply change the software. So even car manufacturers are looking into this and actually going into this nowadays, because it's a simple solution that you can actually, get big gains and make big differences. And even for consumption, like we said, you can get it lighter on fuel. So benefits and disadvantages. You've got to decide if you want to take the risk or not.
So if you need to convince your father before you soup up your car, before you add some better software in your vehicle, use Muazzam as a lawyer for this. He'll argue your case very, very well.
No, that's true. I usually go with the pity case. So, make sure he feels you sorry, and that before you actually approach it.
It's tough on the uphills.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, no, I
It's
understand.
heavy on fuel, yeah.
And I need to rush for Salah, and I get late and stuff. I need my
Of
car.
course, of course. Yeah, it's all valid reasons.
Nissan GTR 50. What exactly is special about the Nissan GTR 50?
So this is let's call it a project. It's done by Nissan. It's actually a gift to themselves for their 50th birthday of GTR. So Nissan they've teamed up with a company called Itel Design. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Nissan and Itel Design together have created a Nissan GTR, but something that looks completely different to the normal one. They use the word coach built. So it's specifically built for very limited number, and it's supposed to be very different and very special compared to the normal car as a birthday gift for themselves.
Okay, so does the performance version differ from the normal version's price?
It does. The performance, normally it's using the same 3.8 liter, but the power is up a lot to 530 kilowatt. And the prices you ask, yeah, it's gone up quite a lot. A normal Nissan GTR costs around 3 million rand. This car, because it's such a special edition, they're asking about 20 million rand for one car.
Just nice to listen about, just nice to talk about, just nice to see pictures about, nothing more than that. And as we move on to the next question, because 20 million is really, really a tight, or really beyond most people's budgets. Even 3 million is beyond most people's budgets. So how many units would be made?
Look, like we said, they want to keep this very rare and very limited. They said because it's a 50th birthday, they're only going to want to make 50 models of the car.
Okay, so there might be many billionaires who would look for a GTR 50, especially because there's limited production of it and because it's a special vehicle. Why isn't it sold out as yet?
We'd all think the same thing. Usually when a company brings out a very rare and special car, it gets sold out immediately because, like you said, there's enough people with enough of wealth that want these cars. But even very wealthy people, I assume, think that 20 million rand for Nissan is a little bit steep, because I think they're just asking the price because they can, and there's no real justification for it. So they're saying that that's probably the reason why it's not sold out yet, because it's quite a ridiculous price.
Okay, no, that's understandable. Muazzam, it seems like we've come to the end of the road, and it's that moment where we'll have to say goodbye and not get too emotional like an Indian movie. But Muazzam, Jazakallah khair for your time twice a week throughout this blessed month. Allah look after you, and you have a lovely Eid with your family.
You as well. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Jazakallah khair, Muazzam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Muazzam Hassam from Mellon Park Motors in Bethal, doing a motoring segment with us twice a week during this very blessed month, keeping us engaged, specifically targeted towards the youth, and his research has been accurate. The effort he's been putting into it has been lovely, so Allah reward him greatly for all his effort and all the time that he put in for that. So big jazakallah to Muazzam.
And there we go. That was pretty much the interview. Of course it's live, so you get a little bit of a stutter here and there, but pretty much that's how it is to be on radio, I guess. I've been doing this for our fasting month, the month of Ramadan. Every Tuesdays and Fridays, I basically get a story or two, discuss it on the air, send them the info, send them the questions, what to ask me. And they don't ever have car shows or anything on the air, but they wanted to try something new and they approached me. So I said, let's give it a try, why not? and today was the last one because our fasting month's almost finished. And his show, Shakir's show that he's been hosting on CII, it's also going to be the end of it for our fasting month. I don't think we're going to carry on with it after. So I just like to show you guys what it's like to be on live radio if you've never seen it before. That's about it for this video. Please comment down below what you'd like to see on TAL, because with everything going on, the ideas are a bit scarce at the moment. Let's say that. Oh, I do have 1 or 2 things that I need to show you guys, but you'll see. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.